just started our adventure. We'll fill you in a little bit. The plan is to ride from Milton to Fort Pickens. It's really not that far of a ride, only about 35 miles. I actually go and swim there most days at Pensacola Beach, but I figured I've never really gone and explored the fort, and I know that there's a campground there, so I thought it would be fun to ride there. Figured I'd do some filming, maybe play with the drone, get some cool shots. I think it'll be a fun time. Prettier here, but this stretch of the road, there's always so much wind. You might be able to hear it. I've had this ride in the books for a while, and I've been really excited to go, but for some reason when I woke up this morning, I kind of felt like I didn't want to go. I think a part of it is because it's so hot. I woke up and the real feel is at like 95 already. By the time I left, the real feel outside was 105, and I'm feeling that for sure. I like Florida a lot, but I just can't handle this heat in the summer sometimes. But then I thought, you know what? It's a nice day. I feel like getting out, getting after it, doing something different, and I figured it would be fun. The headwind's definitely picking up a bit. That makes me think that I'm getting closer to the bridge that I need to cross to get to Pensacola Beach. We're almost there. We're about 11 miles in. Means we got about 24 to go. Decided to take a little rest stop, get some Gatorade. The thing I was thinking about while I was riding over that bridge was just how much trash there was. It was so gross. It was just like everywhere. Another thing too was I just kept seeing nails. Drivers who were passing by probably thought I was crazy for just like swerving randomly, but I was just trying to swerve out of the way of these nails because they were just everywhere. I was counting them, but I got up to like 10 and then I was like, there's just so many everywhere. But hopefully the ride will be a little bit prettier for the rest of the way. Woo. We are at mile 25. Should be about 35 miles total to get there, but I'm going really slow. I think I'm averaging like 13 miles per hour, mostly because there's a lot of headwind and it's really hot. It's like, the real feel out here is like 100 degrees, but I'm making sure to drink my fluids pretty often, staying hydrated, making sure I got some nutrition in me. So, I'm doing good, having fun. I wish I was not next to this big highway right here. It is pretty ugly to listen to, but I think once I get on Pensacola Beach, it'll be a lot prettier, so should be there soon. Very windy. like 4 o'clock, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and get dinner because I'm hungry, feel like it. Went ahead and got a burger and an acai bowl for dessert. Delicious. I've always felt like food tastes so much better after a long bike ride, and I felt like I was eating a 1-star gourmet meal. It was amazing. So now I've just got about, I think, 8 more miles to get to the campground, but the rest of the way I'm on separated cycle track or some pretty low speed roads, so should be pretty too. How you doing? Thank you, you too. Well, we made it to camp. I gotta say, that ride was a little bit harder than I was expecting. I think it was probably because it was really hot. But towards the end of the ride, it was really pretty, and it was kind of nice being outside and just looking at the sand and the waves. Yeah, the first part of that ride was not super fun. I mean, there was just like trash everywhere, and the cars were just like going super fast right by you. I think I might adjust my route on the way back because I don't really feel like doing that same way. Now that I'm here, I think I'm just gonna set up my tent and then maybe go for a little swim before the sun goes all the way down. So. Whew. Well, it's already 6:12. The sun's still up in the air, so I figured it would be fun to go for a little dip. It was so hot today that all I could think about was just getting to my campsite and going and jumping in the Gulf. I was kind of hoping I would get here earlier so I could go explore Fort Pickens a little bit, but honestly, I think I might just save that for a different adventure. That felt good. It's so hot right now. It's currently 82 degrees. The real feel is 97 degrees. And honestly, I'm kind of contemplating biking home right now. It's just so unbearably hot that I'm lying in my tent, just sweating. I've been sweating for like the past 2 hours, and I couldn't take any more of it, so I decided to just walk out to the beach and at least try and feel a little bit of the breeze from the ocean. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't even feel enjoyable right now because it's just so hot. I mean, you'd think that at 11 o'clock at night it would, I don't know, get a little bit cooler, but the humidity is just so high that it won't cool down at all. Well, I'm on my way home. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I decided to just pack up and go because it was just so hot, and I was like, you know what, as long as I'm not getting any sleep, I might as well start heading my way home. Man, this trip has just been like one thing after the other. I mean, first with the heat, and then I get to camp and I just can't go to bed because it's so hot. And I pack up all my stuff and I decide, like, you know what, it's not super late, I'll just start heading home, and we'll just get there early. I finished packing up all my stuff, and then I end up dropping my bike, which causes me to get a flat tire in the back. I don't notice I have a flat tire until I'm 2-3 miles away from the campsite. So I just spent like the past 30 minutes changing my tire, but got a new tire in there now and it seems to be doing good, so I think I'm just gonna keep heading home and see how I feel. Since it was pretty late and dark, I decided not to film too much more. On the ride home, I was a little frustrated. Maybe it was the heat making me more irritable, but I kept thinking about earlier when I was on the bridge and just watching mile after mile of road covered with trash. It was making me think of just how much pollution cars produce. I'm not talking about CO2 emissions that are causing rising temperatures. I'm not talking about the exhaust fumes that I have to breathe in and damage my lungs. I'm not even talking about the small particulate matter from car tires and brake pads that pollute our environment. I'm just talking about your regular old run-of-the-mill trash and debris that people throw out or fall off of vehicles. Blown out tires, plastic bags, cardboard, broken glass, food wrappers, and my least favorite, nails. So many nails. That bummed me out for a bit, but then I kept riding and I came to the realization that I was actually having more fun on the ride home than I did on the ride there. This was my first time riding through my city in the middle of the night, and there was something very serene about the trip home. It was so quiet and peaceful pedaling on the road without any cars around. I found myself weaving all over the road that's normally packed with traffic just because I could. I wish that this is what it could be like every time I ride. It was freeing being able to ride without having the steady, deafening hum of tires on pavement, or being worried about a car hitting me. Usually to get this same feeling, I have to ride on rural roads or out in the wilderness, but experiencing this feeling while riding on the roads that are normally overrun with cars was really amazing, and I hope that one day this will just be how everyone experiences riding a bike through their city.